Okie doke. I think we are live. Oh, hey, Lazar. Lazar's always on my YouTube channel. Yeah, one fan. Let's see. How do I go back? Oh, you have a YouTube channel too? Oh, okay. Hey, Lazar, can you hear the guest speaker that I have on here? Oh, I can hear that. You can hear me. Can you not hear yourself? Hmm. Right. Well, yeah, that would be kind of weird. I was gonna say like I could just still record a Zencaster audio, but then as of like live, it'll sound like I'm talking to myself. um, unless, unless maybe if I. Well, how about this? I'll take out the headphones and then maybe I just play you out loud. Yeah. Do 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 do. Okay, you still there? Okay. Now, if I can try to remember. Help pick you up better. So my mic won't be one directional. Alright, let's see. What is this mic called again? Blue Yeti. Or feel free to. Or wait, hold on. Yeah, settings. I was watching a Twitch stream before this involving. Oh, cool. I don't know what that is. Yeah. Yeti setup. Okay, I hope they have pictures for this. That's the only way it's gonna make sense. Oh, they freaking don't have pictures. Okay. Oh goodness, why do people have such useless videos? Do, 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 do. Let's see. Blue Yeti mic review. I think it's this setting. Why not? I'll just try it. I want to say it's this one. Hey Liz, are you still there? I can't hear you at all now, Liz. Oh, just working on some mic stuff. So Liz, I forgot what channel they had one when I first saw it, but they still think full episodes on the YouTube channel. You can find them under playlist. Yeah. Oh yeah. I totally forgot to write that in the description. So yeah, all the episodes we're gonna watch. There's gonna be 8 episodes, and we're gonna watch it on that playlist. It's gonna be on that season 1 playlist. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna talk some tribe and then just watch episodes, like a huge marathon of episodes. Are you still on mic, Liz? I can't hear you. Okay, I can hear you laughing now. Ugh. Liz, are you still there? Hello. Liz? Okay, found it. Sideways 8. Oh, okay. See, why would they make it all the way over there? That makes no sense. Okay, Liz, can you hear me? Hello. Hello. Liz, I have no idea where you went. Okay. I'll get started, but I thought I don't know where you went.
No, honey, I can't hear you.
Oh,
Can
okay.
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you
I
now.
haven't heard any audio from you since I think you said you were gonna take out your headphones or something.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay, and you should be picking up. I don't know how faint it's gonna be, but you should be picking. Oh, it's not gonna be faint. I can turn up my mic. Yeah, they should hear you now. So feel free to say something. Liz, I can hear your mic. It's 8:29. Do 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 do. only hear you, Starfighter. Yeah. Well,
Can
Liz.
I hear you?
Okay.
Echo can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you now,
Huh. That's weird.
and they should be able to hear you now that I have this mic set up. But yeah. So if you can hear me, you ready to start, Liz? All right. Well, I'm gonna start, and then you can chime in whenever. You can um, talk whenever you can. All right. So this is a Tribe season 1 watch party. So this is gonna be pretty exciting. I even have like a little thingy made here. This is gonna be pretty legit and pretty awesome. So first off, season 1 of the Tribe. I know a lot of people.
Okay, I don't think you'll hear me.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you. Oh wait, you can't hear me at all. Oh wait a second. I know what it is.
Ooh.
No audio settings. Default. Oh, that sucks. So you can't hear me, Liz?
Okay, I think I stopped hearing. I don't know if you can hear me, Carlin, but I had turned the volume down on the. I can hear you now.
Oh, there's such a lag now. There's such a lag between when we talk. So maybe I'll put my headphones back on. But yeah, I was saying that season 1 of the Tribe is such a interesting season that
I turned.
is such an interesting season of any type of TV show that I've ever seen. I remember being, I don't remember how old I was, but I was definitely a kid. Season 1 coming on Wham TV, which was like the Stars movie channel, and I just saw a bunch of teenagers and kids wearing a bunch of face paint, and they were totally, I don't know. It was just weird. Everyone's had accents, and it was just like, why would I be interested in watching this as a kid? Obviously, my favorite season of the Tribe is season 2. The action, the new characters, all that. But season 1 to me is such a, man. It just, there's a lot of feelings that just gets involved from the original theme song, which I forgot the lady's name, but the one who is not Miro Cassie singing a theme song. I love that theme song. I love the characters. When Zoot was actually a part of the show, that was highly just amazing. And I don't know. I just felt that. Oh, see, what's a good what's a good way to say it? I just felt like season 1 was definitely probably the most realistic out of every season. Just in terms of how people would react to things and how human emotions mix in with the apocalypse and how certain people are dangerous, how certain people are just no longer friendly. I just feel like that played a huge role in it, and it was honestly really awesome to see. Um, but yeah, so I am going to write a poll. I keep forgetting to write polls, but let's see. Let's say who's your favorite character on season one is. Guarantee you it's not going to be Bob. Let's see. I'm going to make a poll. Or better yet, maybe the poll should be who is. Okay, so I'm one of the only few people that actually believe that Zoot. I'm happy they killed Zoot off so early because he was such a great character. And I believe that how great he was, the fact that he wasn't there and he still had this longing presence in the entire tribe world, it's just fantastic. Um, so what's a good poll? Maybe, okay, I want to say who sings the theme song better. What's your favorite tribe theme song? Miro Cassie or I forgot the other lady's name or um other lady. I completely forgot her name. But that's what we're gonna do. Um yeah. Yeah. There's a complete delay, Liz. But I can hear you. I can 100% hear you. It's almost like you're my conscience. I'm totally giving my vote on the poll. I think the other lady. I think the other lady's gonna get it. Um, but yeah. I mean, what else is there to? I mean, there's so much to talk about with season one from the best characters. Personally, every time I watch the tribe, I like to. Whenever I finish a season, I love to give like mini awards out. So, for example, I like to say, okay, who was the best character this season? Who was the worst character? Who had the best story arc? What character completely digress um, as a as a character, and they're now officially like a bad character now. So with season one, I mean, there's so many characters to choose from, like who's really good and who's not. For me personally, I think it's gonna hands down probably go to. It's between Amber, Trudy, or Zandra. My second time watching the first season, I might go with Zandra personally, just because, and I know this is like a little biased, but just because she's no longer, that character is no longer in the tribe universe, and this is the only season we got to see her flourish as a character. And so yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Zandra. But personally, I think what determines these such really good season one characters, or just good characters in the tribe universe, is from the start of the season, they are just whatever person you see them as. And then by the end of the season, they're completely different. Which is why I think season two, character of the season has to go to Lex. Hands down. Has to go to Lex. Season three, I might give it to Bray. Uh, Either Bray or Ebony. I'm gonna give it to either Bray or Ebony. And in season four, I really hate talking about season four because it's a really hard season to watch for me. But season four, maybe. Season four is a tough one. I don't know. It might maybe Celine. Siva, maybe. I mean, it's really pushing. It's really pushing a stretch to say Amber in season 4. Um, season 5, hands down, went to Ram, hands down. Um, maybe I'm wrong, but season 5, the only highlight of that entire season was Ram. He was funny. He was menacing. He had a whole story arc where he was learning how to like walk again. So that was pretty interesting. Um, so yeah, okay. In about like 6 minutes or so, we're gonna get into our very first episode. Um, but until then, let's do some more. Let's do some more polls. Um, yeah, there's gonna be some really, really, really good stuff in that first episode. Um, who else remembers? Well, who? Oh yeah. Liz, you're absolutely right. That so it's 50-50 on this mural and the other one. Um, I'm trying to make sure if I voted because I want to say the other one. Um, let's see. Liz, you said fave season 1 character is Amber. She narrowly edges out Trudy. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad with Amber either. Originally, Amber is my pick for character of the season, but I don't know. I just want to give it to Zandra. She's no longer here. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do another poll. Mm, yeah, 50-50 on the poll. Interesting. Okay, let's do a new one. Maybe for this poll. Ooh, okay. I have a really good one for the poll. I have a really good one for the poll. Um, check this out. All right, so we're gonna get started with the first episode because this poll that I'm about to type has to do with that. So let's get into it. All right, so if you want to watch these episodes along with me, please go to the Tribe official YouTube channel, and it's season 1 playlist. That's where I'm going to be watching it on, and follow along with the time code on my video to let you know exactly where I am. So it is Tribe season 1. This is episode 1. And I know it's going to be a little weird because for some reason they posted episode 1 in parts. Well, Liz, I do have it up for people to watch, but obviously I don't own the content, so I can't show everything per se. But so with that said, let's get into it. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna start this episode 1 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Mm, 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 mm. All right, so I have. This is gonna be such a good poll. Ah, this theme song is so amazing. Yeah, listen, Meryl can sing. Meryl can sing so good, and her sister is incredible too. But this Rosalind, the singer Rosalind, what she does is just on another complete level. Okay, so check this out for the poll. This is gonna be a good one. Um, Yeah, you're right, Liz. She is very soulful. Do you think Lex could have saved Glenn? This is gonna be a good one. I was debating this the other night. I was debating this the other night, and obviously we're not at that scene yet, but it might have hurt Lex to save Glenn, right? I mean, we're gonna look at it in real time. If there was time to actually save him, because you know, in those situations, you try to save someone, you just might get yourself and them killed. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. Trudy.
Trudy, there's nothing anybody can do. Come on, we better go.
We can find a way. So initially, when I first saw this, I could have swore they were a couple. Like
we may have a chance, Trudy. I heard your own.
Bray and Trudy.
I don't want to go back there. Loco.
We've got to at least try. There isn't much time.
I was like, she's pregnant. She's, you know, they're together. He's taking care of her. I was like, oh, okay, this is our first couple. And it was like, oh, no, not really. Hey, it's that same cow. This is so interesting. So why is okay? Well, I guess that makes sense. Why the streets are empty. I guess when you hear that police siren, no one should be on the streets. But at the same time, okay, so let's really dissect this. The Locos are obviously the biggest and baddest tribe in the entire city, right? But how many of them are there? That can't be all of them just then. Right? I mean, yeah, Locos are... Listen, they're tough, but they honestly can't be any worse than any other tribe that can outnumber you. Right? So, like for an example, that's like saying, okay, do you want to go out and patrol tonight or try to go get some food? Like, oh, I don't know. There could be Locos patrolling. But then at the same time, all right, well, the demon dogs are also patrolling. And I definitely don't want them to catch me. So interesting. Oh, here he is. Season 2 character of the year.
Or maybe we got the wrong time. These guys don't wear watches, you know.
Quiet. I'm thinking.
Yes, Zandra, let the man think. He can't think, he can't come up with one.
So Liz said you have to remember as a kid, and you have to remember when like everyone's just bigger than you, and that's how they viewed the Locos. Liz, I absolutely agree. I remember in elementary school, I was thinking that literally everyone was 7 feet taller than me. Let's oh, look, a pig. Oh, like, gotta focus on the chat.
We'd be out of the city in an hour. Forget it. We've got lookouts everywhere. We wouldn't get more than a couple. Now look, be sure to pick her up. What's she doing out there on her own? She's a stray. Are we talking about
He thinks it's cool. Hey, you guys see the chat right now? It's tribe official.
Here. Here, come on. Hurry up, come on.
Well, that's awesome that he thinks it's cool. I was so curious. I was wondering why they've never done a watch party. I think it would be amazing to get like just Ray's insight, like commentary. I listen to like film commentary all the time, and just having his insights on like every single episode, I think that would be pretty incredible. Along with like a guest speaker each episode, that would be pretty cool. Or even if it's just him,
What do you mean?
I think that would be pretty awesome.
You really think we're allowed to join the locals just like that? Now I'll tell you what's gonna happen. Old Lick's here. He'll be in the tribe.
He also wanted to send much tribal love, as well as all of you who are participating, and is about to hop on a conference call, so he will be able to watch the whole thing. And he just wanted to say, well, that's awesome. You know what? We're gonna set something up. We're gonna get Ray on one of these episodes. I didn't mean to cut you off there, Liz, too. Because it's so weird, because you are in my ear.
I thought you said they'd be alone.
Welcoming committee?
They don't look very welcoming to me.
I'll do the talking.
Suits me.
Look at. So here's the thing, and I guess you can kind of look at it as like just what a gang kind of goes through in terms of initiations. It seems like the Locos' initiation to join their gang is pretty basic, just in terms of what can you provide to me now? What do you have to offer? And if it's food, lots of whatever, you know where some local gangs are hiding out, awesome. You can be a loco. Although, well, okay, wait, so was Zoot gonna let Lex and them be a loco after this?
Why do you want to be a locust? You guys are the best out for the
Because we all seen Ebony's initiation, which was brutal, and I have a feeling that
You're scandalous. We're what?
I have a feeling that only Ebony went through that kind of harsh trial of being a loco that no one else went through.
It's all right. We're not gonna hurt you. What's your name? I'm Amber.
There it goes.
Dal. Your friends?
Chloe,
You have anyone?
Dale.
Family?
Okay, so I don't know, I'm so off with this. How do you pronounce Dale's name? Is it Dale or Dal?
We all need help. That's the way things are.
My friends on the Tribe podcast, Conversations on Eagle Mountain, they like to make fun of me because I can't pronounce his name. But it doesn't matter. I don't have to pronounce it because
Gonna do that with this thing taken.
his nickname is Cowboy Dale or Dal.
I bet I know his name. Teddy, right? What about you? Chloe.
I mean, if we're talking about the most babe magnets,
If you like, but there's no room on the swing.
the most babe magnets in the entire Tribe series, Dale is up there.
You could play on that.
I know we never saw him shirtless, but
Yeah, maybe
you can just see how a lot of the women react to him
I'll have to
in
do
that kind of way.
I can't leave her, Dal.
That's okay. We've come this far together.
That's cool. Tribe official said he will watch the recording sometime this week. Oh, that's cool. Okay, here it is. Here's where the pole is gonna come in. Wait, did Lex knock it down? Okay, that was pretty quick though. I don't know if he would have helped him. I don't think he could have helped him. Ooh.
You really think it's gonna be that different in the countryside?
Can't be any worse, can it?
Fewer places to hide.
There'll be no one to hide from.
Wow.
All I want to do is find a little place of my own.
Yeah, that's so interesting. So I was just thinking last night too, because so is this who is this karma for? Right? Because Lex knocked down the thing. Glenn couldn't get by, so he got pretty much ambushed and beat down by the locos. And then Glenn finds Lex again.
I don't believe this. Change your mind.
Excuse me. And he repays the favor and he beats up Lex, which you can kind of say that's karma for Lex. But then at the same time, now then Glenn will get the virus and then he will eventually just die while Lex is still with the girl that he, you know, loves. Like whose karma is that? Like that's so messed up.
Where's Chloe? Oh no, we've lost her already.
No, we haven't. Look.
Good boy. Bring it here.
Titty, titty.
Mm.
Come on, let's do it again.
I see what you're saying, Liz. Liz said she thinks, or it's possible that Glenn might have been a terrible person because you would have to be friends with Lex. But at the same time, I don't think Ryan's a terrible person. Even like early season 1 Ryan, he's just a giant teddy bear. A giant teddy bear that's like ready to go Super Saiyan on anybody. He's the only guy to take out the Chosen.
You know what I think? I think he sacrificed himself deliberately to save us. Think about it.
Okay, I'm gonna end this poll.
What are you looking at? Is this thing gonna stop?
So what does Zandra see in Lex? That's like a total like she thinks she can change him kind of thing. Weird thing going on. And yeah, I understand what you're saying with that, Liz. 100%. I love this little scene that's about to happen, or is happening right now with Amber. The way she looks at Celine. Oh, maybe it's not this scene. Oh yeah, right here. When she looks down and then she looks back up at Celine. It looks so good. I wanted to use that little bit for my analysis, but it was like way too short.
I'll scout around. See if I can find some shelter for the night.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks so cool. Okay, let's do another poll. Ooh, okay, here's a good one. Okay, so do you think Lex could have saved Glenn? 75% of you guys said yes. Well, 25% said no. I have a feeling Liz is that 25%.
Who are you?
I'm going to say no.
I don't recognize your tribe.
I'm going to say no. Hopefully that... No, that's not. Okay, I was trying to vote. I don't think that did anything. Okay, here's a new poll. This one's going to be really good. All right, and it has to do with what's coming out right now. Okay, so who do you guys think won the battle between... It's like this battle that's happening right now between the Locos and the Demon Dogs. Locos and demon dogs.
Shopping mall or something. There should be a way out up ahead.
I hope you're right.
Let's see. Locos. Dogs. Look at it. They're like scratching and nailing each other. Oh man, how many battles you think? Well, maybe the Locos. Maybe the Locos won that. Because I've actually kept a track record of how many battles Ebony has been in and how many she's won. Obviously I can't count to, you know, before this episode, but in terms of like legit battles she's been in, I think she's like 7-1. I want to say, I think she lost that one battle against the Chosen, but she was kind of ambushed. Yeah, they didn't really fight fair. Man, what is a tribe episode without a Bob sound effect?
What's up there? Nothing. We better get back to the line.
Well, the demon dogs don't look weak though. I mean, you think about it physically, like in terms of like what the Locos have, they're no different than any other tribe. The only thing that separates them in a sense is fear. Zoo installing fear into people does a lot on that so-called battlefield / the streets. You take that away, I think a gang like the I'm about to say Lizzie's, that's a different movie. The Mazes, I think even a gang like them probably would have slapped around the Locos.
When it feels like it. Oh, I see. Do you lip read, Paul? He says he prefers to sign.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look at Paul.
That means we're in trouble.
Now, where was I before I was so rudely interrupted?
So, why is it, or let me say, I don't,
We'll find another way in.
I've literally read every single YouTube comment from all 252 episodes of the tribe, and I don't think I've once read anything that says people did not like Paul. I don't know, a lot of people were sad that he left, but he was never, Paul's on that avalanche of characters that was just never annoying. He was never a problem. You know, he was kind of just there, but in a sense, he was totally welcome because I felt like he was such a good balance for Patsy, and as for Patsy with him. But is it still unclear why he left the show? I know there's rumors saying that him actually being deaf was kind of a huge communication problem on set, and they had to let him go, which I have no idea if that's true. If so, that's I mean, that's a little disheartening to hear, but
I'll lift the far one when you guys have had a chance to cool off.
I mean, personally, I work in the film industry, and they're not very they really don't know how to handle people with handicap needs in the film industry. So that's a very true fact.
Stay here and don't move.
I'm not saying that, you know, the Tribe World was doing anything wrong or anything, but that's just the thing. Like, I remember there's a TV show I love called Quantum Leap.
And my favorite episode of Quantum Leap is season 3, episode 14, called Private Dancer. Private Dancer, and it was about a deaf woman who was just trying to make her way in life, in a sense. And the actress who played it was actually deaf. And I remember seeing that, and I was like, this is so cool. Like, she's actually deaf. It's like such great representation, all this stuff. And then I go to search her IMDb, and then that's like one of her only credits, because she literally couldn't get any other work because she was deaf, which is crazy.
It's getting dark. What are we gonna do about sleeping? I've got a blanket. The younger ones can have that. The rest of us will just have to make do. Sounds good, better. I can go on better.
Let's see. All right, 50% of y'all said the Locos would have won that battle.
What do you think?
I wonder how. And is Ebony a good fighter? Is she really that good of a fighter? She's so tiny. If she doesn't have a weapon, she's kind of useless.
What are we gonna do about those 3? Locked in a cage. Forget it. That's what you do with animals. Lock them up. Hey, look at this couch.
Yo, I swear, one of the best memories of watching The Tribe on YouTube, especially season 1, was like the YouTube comments of people just making fun of Amber's Zulu knots. And don't get me wrong, I love her Zulu knots. They're so iconic. They were so funny. Oh yeah, we're almost done with this episode.
She can't find her teddy. I wanna go home. I know.
I love this shot right here. This is so beautiful.
For now, at least.
The way Amber's looking at Dale and the way the light's hitting her.
Sounds like the locals. We're all dead meat. You'll see. I'm warning you.
I'll say this: Caleb is a damn pretty good actor. The way he's because I remember watching season 1 and I absolutely hated Lex. I was like, oh, why is he such a jerk? All right, that's the episode. Oh, nice. I feel like whenever you have a marathon of The Tribe, at least for the first 2 episodes, you let the whole intro play out and you let the end credits kind of play out, because you kind of have to have that music in there. By the way, is that scene in any episode when Bray is like on a rooftop somewhere and he's kind of like screaming or something? I was trying to look for that, but I don't know. Okay, Liz just says she doesn't know what she likes better in terms of end credits music. Is it The Dream Must Stay Alive or End of Messiah? I personally like End of Messiah. I think I forgot her name, but Meryl's sister. Oh my goodness, when she's like speaking that other language during that theme, oh, it's so good. It gives me goosebumps every time. All right, so let's get right into the next episode. All right, the marathon continues. Oh, my bad. Okay. Episode 2 is going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is such a... I do love this theme song. All Or I love how everyone's just on the beach walking and kind of like, but it's so soap opera-y. I know it's not a word, but because everyone's there and they're kind of like vibing out with each other, which is kind of weird because you also see Zoot and then Ebony is there, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure we don't like each other, but I guess that doesn't matter. Okay. Let's do another poll because I have nothing but polls. They're literally about to like run over this kid. You know what always amazes me with Zoot? At the end of the day, he was just a scared child who just did not want to face reality. Look at Bray. He's such a pretty boy. Yeah, I agree, Liz. Zoot definitely has some deep-seated issues. He's kind of but I mean, he went through what most kids went through, you know? As far as we can tell from his origin story, is Bray's his older brother. Zoot always got like hand-me-downs because his brother's older and his brother always gets what he wants in a sense. His brother always got the girl, and then Zoot was a little bit heartbroken when he couldn't be with Trudy. But at the same, but wait, is he heartbroken about Trudy? Because he eventually got with her. Yeah, Zoot did get with Trudy though. I don't think. I mean, yeah, sure, she left and whatnot, but still. I agree with that. Zoot is a brat. Okay. What is a good poll question? Maybe something. Jack looks so cool. Oh, I know. This is a little weird, but I'm gonna just say it. Why not? Let's have fun. Okay. This is kind of like an inside joke we have on the Tribe podcast, conversations on Eagle Mountain. Okay, waiting for it to send. Oh, whoops! I gotta close this poll. Dude. I would honestly imagine, like, if I was living during this time, like if I was in the city, I would honestly just get out of the city. There's no way I'm staying there. No way. Okay, here comes the poll. It's going to be a simple yes or no answer. Ryan. Man, Ryan's another one of those characters too. He never got his justice in terms of he never got the woman he wanted, right? He never got the woman he wanted. He never felt fulfilled being with the Mallrats. I always kind of felt like he was a lot of these Mallrats characters, they didn't really fit in with the Mallrats in a sense, right? Like they're just their fate just happens to intertwine with the Mallrats, so they just travel with them. I feel that with Danny, with May, Ebony. I also feel that way about what Pride too. Poor Pride. Mm-mm-mm. So why did this look go away for Dale? I like his little Eskimo hat. That red hair, though. That's a pretty iconic look for Jack. Someone already voted no. Celine, Patsy. Yeah, already this is turning into quite the tribe. Although, did we ever see any other tribe that's kind of similar to the Mallrats in terms of like there's just nothing but little kids there? Because a lot of these tribes that they kind of fight with, Locos, Demon Dogs, Chosen, even the Technos, none of them were children. None of them. There are no kids in those tribes, which made them warrior tribes in a sense. Okay, the fact that Bray knew to take the sewer system kind of lets me know that he used to go to this mall when things were normal. I think the casting is so on point though for season 1. Casting is so on point. And then even in the behind the scenes, I've heard that the actress who played Ebony, Meryl, she initially auditioned for the role of Celine, which I cannot imagine that. I'm very happy they told her like you should try out for Ebony. Imagine that. Imagine if Meryl Cassie was played Celine, and then the actress who plays Celine is she plays Ebony. Imagine that. That's weird. Dun, 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 dun. I just don't. God, Zandra. Zandra needs a hot cone so bad. I really do like Patsy. It's kind of a shame that she kind of. And then even with Patsy, so I don't know if this is true either, but I heard she wasn't on the show after like what, like 14 episodes after season 3 because her agent demanded more money from the studio to pay her better. And there, I don't know if there's like any negotiation or anything. Like there's just immediate like, no, we kind of just don't need her, which is insane. Like that's so weird. Like why wouldn't you let her finish the season though? So now looking at it, do kind of like a film side of it. What are the contracts that these actors are on? Because clearly it's not like a full season thing if certain characters can just leave in the midst of seasons. Right? Because we all know what happened to the actress who played Chloe. The actress who played Chloe, and then the actor who played Ved. Obviously, they they got in big trouble, and they definitely should have had some consequences. But at the same time, whatever their contract said, like, let them finish the season. Like, they're technically still minors, or at least I think Ved was still minor. Well, Chloe definitely was. I don't know how old Ved was. I think he was still a minor, but oh man, it's just so interesting. I wonder what was. I'm very interested to ask Ray, interview Ray, and just be like, was that the only option? Is just to fire these actors? Why does Xander look like a really stale cotton candy? That's gonna be my next poll. Oh, 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 oh. These episodes are so easy to watch. They make it so binge worthy. Okay. New poll. All right, before I type what I want to type, making sure there's nothing important happening. So why not? I wonder why the show never explored Amber and Dale as like a relationship thing. So let's just imagine for a second. What if every couple that we know on this show, what if it was just reverse? Like everything switch off. What if Dale had feelings for Amber? What if Zandra had, or Jack had feelings for Zandra? What if Ryan had feelings for Trudy, and what if Trudy had feelings for what if Trudy was in denial and she still had feelings for Zoot, but Zoot wants nothing to do with her. Imagine how different the show would be. Yeah, Liz makes a good point. She said a lot of these characters are defined by who they're attracted to. So with that said, I'm pretty sure Zandra would have lived a very more of a stress-free life being more attracted to Ryan than she is with Lex. What's the Oh yeah. I forgot about the poll. Okay, here's a fun one. I'm writing everything in all caps. Look like cotton. All right. There's a fun one. Yeah, I can't believe I held off watching this show for like 20 years. But and honestly, I don't know if I would have been into it as a kid. Maybe. Cuz to think of what else they have to offer. I first learned about this show like as like I was 7 years old. Um it came on this Wham TV, which is like a Stars package from like the movie channel. And I remember the lineup they had. They had series, and everything was like overseas. It was not an American, no American shows. So it was like weird, or seriously weird, weird science, and then they had the Tribe, along with like some other music show they try to have on. That was like kind of similar to like MTV or Raps. Just kind of looking at the Tribe and everything it had to offer, but just visually, I was just like, I don't know what's going on. This doesn't seem fun. You know, Liz, it's funny that you just said Ocean Girl right now. One of my subscribers, we all we do is talk Ocean Girl. Recently just finished seasons 1 through 3, and I'm waiting to watch 4. I'm letting it grow with me. Yeah, I absolutely love Ocean Girl. Ocean Girl is really good. And then I just now started watching Cybergirl. Cybergirl is also really good, but it's not as heavy in story as it is with Ocean Girl. Cybergirl is just all fun. It's just all fun, cool effects, cool characters. That's it. Just a dandy old time. But I'm kind of getting that sense, though, with TV shows based in Australia and based in New Zealand. It's just. Why is Bray lying? You see, maybe Bob is like the best lie detector on the show. He totally sees Bray's bullshit. Okay, so there's totally a as Liz just said in my ear. There's this inside. It's not even an inside joke because there's this thing that I say on our Tribe podcast that I think Bob has to be top 5 worst characters because he just doesn't do anything, and literally everyone on that podcast attacks me for it. They attack me. They attack me as if I said something so wrong. Something so cold-hearted. They act like I said they act like I said Zoot is not an important character in the entire Tribe series. Like, honestly, if you were to get rid of Bob, like Bob has never been on the show would not change. Like, at all. Okay, let's see these comments. Bray is such a pretty boy, though. Bray does fight sometimes, but Bray is also in that line of he's kind of in the same line as Lex in terms of he doesn't win much fights. Very few fights he wins. Oh my god, what is this comment? Jay is my husband. I'm blind to all of his faults. Oh my god. It's okay. I'm the same way about Ebony. I don't get the whole Jay thing though. Here's the thing with Jay. And let me know if I'm far off with thinking about this. Or hang on. How can I say this? What is he doing on this show? Every episode that I watch him in season 4 and in season 5, I just think to myself, I ask the same 3 questions every episode when I see him. 1, what are you doing here? 2, what is that? I think that was Alice's feet, which is kind of weird. Anyway, 1, Jay, what are you doing here? 2, take the freaking techno gear off. You're not a techno anymore. Like, okay. 3, he is like, okay, I can't even get my third point across because it's like, why are you all of a sudden a womanizer? Right? He totally played with women all throughout season. I don't know. That would be a good one for a poll. Who did Jay do even more dirty? Ebony or Trudy? Cause it was just so random how he was so into Amber. It was just like out of thin air. And then the thing with Trudy and Amber, that was weird. Yeah, Ebony. You know what's really funny? Ebony is like legit looking for love. She legit wants to find someone. But whenever she does, it just screws her. The love just screws her over. And it breaks my heart because I'm like, why can't you and Bray just be together? But yeah, Liz, I agree with you. I think the whole Ebony thing was totally a lot more brutal. Who is this? Oh, the episode end? I'm totally like so out of it. Maybe I'm way behind. Okay, we're gonna get started on episode 3. Starting now. Okay, here's episode 3. Man, maybe I'm way behind on my other stream. Wow, I'm like a whole 2 minutes behind. How did that happen? Let's see. This comment says the tribe hold a lot of characters. Casey, Alice, Tyzan, Zandra, Fish Eyes. I don't know who Fish Eyes is. Spike, Sasha, Ned, Andy, Tally, and Dell. Tally. Who was Tally? Was Tally Ned's sister? I actually like those siblings. Ned's brother and sister are actually pretty cool. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so they are brother and sister. Oh, Fish Eyes. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, that was weird. Fish Eyes is like, he's kind of irrelevant, honestly. KC was also another character that never really experienced loved. He kind of had a thing for Chloe, which was, in my opinion, I thought that was kind of organic because obviously during the first season, obviously he wasn't attracted to her because he's probably still thinking girls are nasty and whatever. And then as he got older, gone through more experiences, he started looking at Chloe a little bit differently. And I think that would have been so good. So Liz just said she would have loved to see Chloe and Casey develop something. I think that would have been cool too. Although I don't want to see them like legit together. I just want to see Casey go on a journey where he's like, I think I love this girl. I want to be with her. And then him getting his heart broken and then kind of like growing up from that. And he's no longer like this, this punk kid. That would have been great. Yeah, that would have been fantastic. So, so do we know what happened at the start of season 4 in terms of like what happened to the actors? Let's narrow it down because that's kind of important. It's a little bit important to talk about. So let's see. and I guess all of this is rumored, right? This is all technically rumors. Let's see. Patsy wasn't in it because of her agent. Her agent wanted more money for her, and she didn't get it, so she was canned. Bray wanted to do other projects, and his B, or like what someone said in Tribe official Facebook, his B-list career took off. Who else was gone? Ellis. I believe Ellis said in her interview that she said she just wanted to do other projects. She just wanted to do other things, not just be tied down to just that one show, which makes sense. Makes complete sense. Who else left? Yeah, Ned, Tally, and Andy. I have no idea why they left. I have no idea. Yeah, it's so weird how many people left. Well, okay, so I think we can all agree that season 4 is by far the weakest season. However, with that said, the show still had I liked what they were trying to do with it. I like where they were going with it, like the messages they had to show for season 4. The problem with that was it took way too long for them to really talk about what season 4 was really about. Season 4 didn't get good until like episode 40, which is pretty bad. Let's see. This comment. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Ned did die. I totally forgot about that. All right, let's see. The comment says, how anyone ever wondered about the characters who left, then came back for one extremely brief scene, and then were never seen again, like Ryan, Tyzan. I'm not sure if Ryan had a brief scene, but yeah, Tyzan definitely had a few episodes. Season 2 was kind of weak to NGL. What is NGL? Season 2 is fire, bro. Season 2 was epic. But I will say, what am I trying to say? Oh, I need to do a new poll. Okay, so yeah, like you said, with season 4, with them having brief interactions, I absolutely hate that. But I think the character they did that the worst to was Bray. I remember probably like, kind of like a little bit before quarantine. No. I think it was actually quarantine of 2020 when the whole pandemic started. When I finished season 3. And I remember going on YouTube and look at the comments for season 4. And I remember a lot of people were just speaking down on it. Like, oh, this is when I stopped watching it. Or, people stopped paying attention to it. And then at that point I was like, should I watch this? Should I not? I'm going to watch it. And the first thing they do, one, they get rid of all the characters. I'm wondering where all the characters are. But at that time, I didn't know that these characters were gone permanently. And I didn't know that because literally that first episode of season 4, they played a little clip of Bray in some type of a truck. and you assume that this is like the truck where their technos are holding off all the other tribe characters. And I'm like, oh my god, no, Bray. All right, Bray's gonna be back. Hopefully he'll be back. And then episode by episode, 10 episodes later, he never came back. Another 20 episodes later, he never came back. And then I'm like, this show really just played a clip from season 3, hoping no one would notice. Because Bray as a character and a lot of these other characters are never coming back. It was so disheartening. Yeah, Bray was Audi 3000. So, who? Ooh, okay. Here's a good one. Here's a good poll question. All right, I'm gonna type this in. But let me just say this: I'm thinking of making another tribe video. And it's kind of weird because I know my YouTube channel is not necessarily a tribe channel. I just love talking about the tribe. But I'm thinking of making a top 30 characters of all time in the tribe universe. And every time I think about doing it, in my mind, I'm just thinking of, okay, who would place? And y'all can say what y'all want about this opinion I'm about to say, but I honestly cold-heartedly believe May is a top 10 character of all time in this series. Because much like Zoot put the things that Zoot has done in season 1 put a lot of things in forward proportion for the rest of the seasons. I believe May did that as well. There are a lot of things that May has touched. If she wouldn't have touched it, a lot of things wouldn't have happened, such as a lot of characters dying, a lot of characters going through a lot of grief, other characters falling in love. She had her hand in almost every single major event that happened from season 2 and then on. Okay, I'm going to read some of these. Well, let me type this poll first, and I'm going to read these comments. Well, how can I write that? Now I'm just thinking of this poll. Wow, look how aggressive that was from Lex. Like, goodness Christ. Look, and Zandra's not going to think anything of it. Oh, I totally forgot that did happen. Yeah, Lex is totally about to he's totally about to take advantage of Zandra. That surprised the hell out of me when I first saw that. I was like, there's no going back from that. And you know what? Lex is low down a creep. Lex is slick a creep. Lex tried to do this with Zandra, right? Huge no-no. Lex, does anyone remember how Lex was trying to seduce Chloe in season 3? That was weird. Or was that season 4? Yeah, that was creepy. Yeah, that was super weird. Let's see. Poll question. Oh, here's a good one. This would be kind of hard to answer, but let's see what you all would say. What's your go-to meal for? Oh, thank God there's spell check. I was like, I don't know how to spell this. No, there is no spell check. No. Okay, I gotta learn how to spell this real quick. Opac. I was trying to spell apocalypse. ALY. Okay. My question is, what is your go-to meal for a post apocalypse? Fruit. Okay, let's try that. There's so many interesting types of meals that they eat in the whole tribe series in terms of like surviving and whatnot. I just think that's an interesting question. And more times than not, they eat it like a little bit raw, which makes sense. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want to eat this. Because I remember Ebony and Jay when they like escaped together. Ebony was eating something from a can, and obviously it wasn't cooked, but you can still eat it. And the look on her face when she was eating it, she was like, ah. Okay, let's see what these comments have to say. I see a lot of you hate May. I don't understand why. Well, I mean, I can understand why you don't like her character, but she's such a game changer. Least favorite Mallrat is Sammy. I would agree with you on that one, Liz. It's going to be between Sammy and Mouse. I cannot stand Mouse. I think Mouse is definitely my least favorite of all time. So here's the thing. I was also thinking of doing a top 20 most disliked characters. Or no, a top 10 most disliked characters of the Tribe series. And honestly, so if I would have did a top 30 characters and a top 20 disliked characters, Amber would be top 10 on both lists. On both lists. Like, you have to love Amber, but then at the same time, they just, oh my god, they butcher her character so bad in the later seasons. Whoa, what the hell are they cooking? Hey, listen, I'm sure the locals might have felt safe in numbers, you know. just being surrounded by so many people. But honestly, that's kind of a little bit harder to survive. I'm sure the locals are no better off than what the mall rats are right now in terms of like who gets to eat, who's like not starving, and things of that nature. I'm sure they're all starving every day. What a cute cow. Did we ever figure out what happened to that cow? This comment said Chloe, she's a minor and Lex was 19 or 20. Yeah, I think Lex was 20 when he tried to make the moves on Chloe. That was so creepy. Yeah, there's a lot of creepy stuff in this series. Now that I think about it, there's so many creepy stuff to think about. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Liz. You spelled apocalypse for me. You said Mouse is adorable. Yeah, listen, I have a huge problem with looking at any piece of media, especially film and television, when there are little kids there and they're only there for the sake of just trying to look adorable. I absolutely hate that. I cannot stand it. Purple Sniper Allen said, kind of wish they showed more tribes. Yeah, I kind of wish too. And even if they wouldn't have shown like a bunch of different tribes, I wish they just would have talked about a little bit more of the tribes they already introduced. You know, like we didn't even get to see like, okay, so think about it. What tribe that's not the Mallrats, not the Technos, not the Chosen, that the show really talked about in depth? Maybe the Mazas, maybe. I wish they would have talked about the Demon Dogs or the Jackals a little bit more. Oh, Tribe Circus. Tribe Circus, they kind of talked about that a little bit. However, they just talked about Top Hat. They didn't really talk about Tribe Circus in a sense. Yeah. Sniper Allen said, so we just gonna ignore that Lex tried to do the same thing with Ebony in a car while they were on a mission? Was that season 3? Wait, when did Lex do that? I remember in season 3 when Ebony came on to Lex. She asked him, like, hey, are you down to, you know? And he was like, no. Not many people turn Ebony down, but Lex actually did. What is Chloe doing with this freaking animal? Well, I'm still like lagging behind. All right. Well, I guess that's the episode. Whoa, I'm super late on that. All right. Well, let's get right into episode 4. Book reviews, I don't remember that. The car thing, I mean. Yeah, I don't remember that either. I don't know what car thing you're talking about. Okay, so let's start episode 4. We're going to get right into it. Yeah. Hold on. Lex in a car with Ebony? Lex was never in a car with Ebony. And even if they were, this has to be a season 3 thing. Right? Because season 3 was the only season where Ebony was pretty much single to the point where she wasn't having any type of love relationship going on. Sniper Allen said, whatever happened to Top Hat, though? I think Top Hat died, personally. Okay, so here's the thing. Why is it so weird that, clearly he had the virus, right? We saw that in season 2. He had the virus. I'm willing to bet anything that he did not get the antidote for that virus. Yeah, I don't think he got the antidote, like, at all. So therefore, he should have died out. Yeah, I think he died. I think Top Hat died, which is unfortunate. Top Hat is one of the, honestly, like, just off the top of my head, like, top 30 characters of all time. For as little screen time Top Hat got, only like a few episodes, he's definitely a top 20 character. I'll probably put him right at 17 or 18, personally. I would honestly... I might actually put Top Hat before Java. I think Top Hat would be higher than Java in terms of the top list, characters list. I don't know about Siva though. I think Siva's a little bit higher, just a tad bit higher. Okay, let's get a new poll going. Now we have a new episode up. Can we find a way? Season 1 is so interesting. I think I was debating about this with some of my friends on the podcast. Looking back at the tribe now, I'm not too sure if every episode should have been 52 or excuse me, every season I don't think it should have been 52 episodes. Cuz you think about it, there's a lot of things. So think of episode 1 being 52 episodes. There's a lot of episodes where they do take their time and try to flesh out these characters. Which they do a great job, right? We end up loving pretty much most of these characters from till the end. But there are just a lot of episodes that kind of don't need to be there, and a lot of story arcs that are kind of, I don't know, a little bit of a waste of time. Or maybe like there's a lot of dialogue pieces that just shouldn't be in the script. Like, for an example, let's see, a really good season 1 example. Well, it shouldn't have took 2 episodes for them to like for Bray to bring Trudy in, right? It kind of would have made sense if he would have just already brought her in and not really have to worry about that. I know he needed to see if it was safe for Trudy to be in, but to give yourself away to a new tribe, there's nothing more harmless than seeing that you're with a pregnant woman. Sniper Allen said, just can't help to feel sad that there's actually children dying in the show. Ooh, here's a good question. Sniper Allen. Who was the youngest character on the Tribe series to die? Think about that for a minute. Who was the youngest character to die in the show? Book Review said, off topic, whoever was doing Bray's makeup was on point. Dude always looked glossy and clean. Yeah, why did he always look glossy and clean? Everyone has dirt on their face, and then Bray just looks like he just got like a facial. Oh, you can't say Patsy. No, Patsy didn't die. There's no way. Okay, let's clear this up. And you know, the Tribe official did say Ray is going to listen to all of these, so I would hope he would have a hopefully he'll have an answer. But I remember him saying in an interview that he never agreed, saying that Patsy was killed off. So I think Patsy's alive. I just don't know where she is. No, that dog was not the youngest. Bob was old. Wasn't Bob an old dog? Which made sense. That's why he didn't do anything. I think the youngest character to ever die in a series was maybe Dale. Is either between Dale or Bob was 12 years old. Yeah, that's pretty old. I was going to say Glenn, but honestly, I think Glenn is Glenn has to be Lex's age at this point in time. So he was probably like 18, 19. And I think Dale at season 3 was at least probably like 15. So I think Dale will still be younger. Oh, no, wait. No, I think I know. I think it's Zandra. I think Zandra's the youngest one who's died. Wow. Wow, think about that. I think Zandra's the youngest character to die in the show. Wow. Let me look up on the Tribe Wiki how old she is. Or how old she was when she died. I think she was... Wait. Zandra couldn't have been more than... no older than 15. There's no way. Zandra. Oh, get rid of this ad. Yeah, how old was Zandra? What? Why is it every other character they say how old they were, but then with Zandra they're not going to give her. Yeah, I think Zandra's the youngest that's died. Yeah, book reviews. I think you're right. She was definitely around the 14, 15 age range. Yeah, I would not have expected that. Her being the youngest. Hmm. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Let's see. I loved Celine in season 1, by the way. She was legit the mother of the tribe. Like, you started thinking about certain characters, if they weren't there, how would the tribe hold? If Celine, like, a lot of the tribe did not know what to do when Celine left. A lot didn't know what to do when Amber was about to leave, but a lot of stuff wouldn't be clean without Celine being there. Nobody would listen to each other's feelings. For a show about kids dying, we barely see death. Well, I would say each season you see at least 2 people dying. At least, at the very minimum. You see at least 2 to 3 people dying in season 1. Celine after this season was garbage. Season 2 Celine was good. Although that whole situation she had with Ryan was a bit like, Celine, you're not really fair to Ryan right now. You're kind of treating him like crap. But I've always liked Celine. I just thought like season 4 Celine was just weird. Season 4 Celine was weird. It's probably because of that haircut she had. And then season 5 Celine, I absolutely love the dynamic that she had with May. I thought that was a really cool like little relationship that was developing. She did my man Ryan dirty. She did. And can we all agree that Ryan or Celine doesn't deserve Ryan? Ryan's way too good for her. Season had Glenn, Top Hat, Xandra, and Zoot as 3 deaths. Well, Top Hat didn't die season 1. You can kind of mark him off for season 2 death. But so far I've counted for season 1. It's Glenn, Zoot. Technically Xandra died in season 2, technically. And I know it's difficult because these episodes overlap each other. But also you have to remember that person that got stoned to death in season 1? When Patsy found Glenn and she didn't know it was Glenn at the time, and they just all watched the locos stone this person to death who had the virus. So that's a death too. So that's 3. There's also 4 because when Lex got the virus, he also witnessed someone getting beaten to death as well. Someone else who had the virus. Yeah, Sniper Island. So stone is like, in certain countries, in terms of like a punishment of death, stone is like when you just get stones, like large rocks, and you just throw them at people until they die. Pretty brutal. But yeah, season 1 they got like a bunch of rocks and stones, and they just threw them at someone who had the virus until they died. I remember that. Yeah, it is violent. I remember it too. I mean, it wasn't. It's like brutal to think about, but it wasn't violent. There wasn't any blood that they showed or anything like that. It's just like the tribe just doing weird sound effects. Yeah, as far as other deaths in season 1, I can't think of many others. So yeah, I guess there's just 4. The 2 people that got stoned to death, Glenn and then Zoot. And in season 2, there was definitely a lot of people dying. Because technically, at the time you wrote off, it was like Amber was included in that list. Technically. Or I guess technically not. I never thought about that. Trudy gave birth to a 4-month-old baby. That's hilarious. That's pretty funny. By the way, I've said on the podcast too, Trudy's baby is like some type of meta-human mutant. Like the baby, that baby is known for like growing like a year in a span of like weeks. It's like a xenomorph from like the Alien movies. It looks like a baby, but then in mere hours, it's just a full-grown 2-year-old boy. Man, imagine how tough that had to be for Trudy. Oh man, imagine that. Like, just the odds, because Trudy could have passed away during birth. Yeah, it could have happened. It's implied that Billy Boy died in season 2, taken by the Chosen. I remember Billy Boy. He was another one of those characters they didn't really talk about too much. He was just there to be there. Ram used his likeness as a city leader candidate in season 4. I remember that. But he also used the likeness of 2 other people who had also disappeared in season 2. That was my... Maybe I'll do another poll, because now I'm thinking about these questions. Oh, Billy Boy. Chad Billy Boy. Emergent unnamed dog leader? Since Ram claims to have fixed the election so Celine would win, I think he chose those Billy Boy and the others, so they couldn't exactly be voted for. That makes sense. Yeah, I kind of figured as much with that. I was just so weird, and I know we're talking about season 4, not about the season in front of us, but I always felt it weird that that Celine didn't, she just couldn't, she was so clueless to what the technos were doing to her. Like, she actually thought she was making a difference out there. Like, no way. Celine, you're so naive. Celine got one new haircut and she just thinks she's like the top shit around here. You said you crushed on mostly villains in this show? The morally gray characters? You crushed on villains on this show. So that means you crushed on... Well, they weren't really a villain. Who am I thinking of? Oh, wait. So you said you crushed on mostly villains on this show? Does that mean you crushed on what's-his-face? Who's part of the Nomads? He's like the blonde guy who like took Dale and Sasha as slaves. Random kid died in season 2? What random kid? I crushed on Ebony. I think everybody's crushed on Ebony. That's kind of normal. Jay, Lex, Zoot. Here's the thing about Zoot. I don't think many people crushed on him until they saw that music video in season 2. What a weird music video, but I love it so much. There's a lot of things going on right now in season 1. And, you know, at this point, it's like a lot of people not knowing what role they play in the tribe yet, which is kind of cool because you kind of start to see people fall into their own, you know, kind of like their own niche. Everyone except for Zandra. Zandra was pretty lazy. Oh, Chloe, this is animal cruelty. I don't know how my thing gets so far ahead. Yeah, Ebony will always be crush worthy. I agree. See, Jack and Dale should have been an instead of him and Ellie debate me. Yeah, on the podcast we're always talking about Jack and Dale, such good couples. They were a great couple. They were a couple without knowing they were a couple. All right, halfway through this marathon. I'm definitely going to evolve this live stream more. I'm trying to fix the audio so I can have Liz talk along with me. That's definitely something to research for later. Because when I do that, I'm going to be doing live streams of every TV show. Ellie as a homewrecker. That's funny. Okay, so tell me why I think So I know we talk a lot about Jay and Jay, how he did Ebony dirty. Oh, I think that's the episode. I'm gonna switch off. Go straight to episode 5. So as I was saying, I think so I know we were talking about like Jay totally did Ebony wrong and Trudy wrong and stuff like that, and then Bray totally did Trudy wrong too and all that stuff. But I think out of all the characters, I think Ellie has did the most wrong with Jack that season 3. The fact that she went for Luke. And it wasn't even the fact that she went for Luke, right? Like if that's who you like, and because of this traumatic experience, that actually makes sense. The problem that I do have is when Jack came back, and she literally pulled Luke to like his room or to Jack's room, and she decided right there that she wanted to make out with Luke, literally right outside of Jack's door. And then Jack walks outside and he sees them both just making out. Oh my god. It makes no sense. Hey Liz, I can still hear you typing. I just hear you typing up a storm. I don't understand why people hate Ellie for breaking Jack's heart, but I can't blame her for falling for another person. No, that's fine. I don't mind hearing you type. Yeah, Luke was cool. I actually really like Luke. I think in like the top 30, Luke is definitely like Luke is totally like a 17 to 18 range. Yeah, Luke was pretty cool. I love just his whole mindset towards everything. Because at the end of the day, he just wanted to believe in something, and what him being a part of the Chosen, he actually thought what he was doing was right. Plus, he was like an economics genius. Yeah, Luke was cool. He wasn't down for the whole like killing people, taking into slavery stuff. He was cool about that. Episode's gonna come up pretty soon. Oh wait, I don't think we'll get to it during this marathon. But like when Paul leaves, oh my god, it's just like where the frick did he go? And why would he leave? Like Lex wasn't even making fun of him that bad. I'm sorry, I just don't see someone leaving their sibling alone in this post-apocalyptic world because they're just being made fun of. I don't get that at all. Yeah, sniper Ellen, I don't understand that either. I don't understand why people hate Sasha. I actually like Sasha. I thought he was really funny. I still say his quote from season 1 every time I watch The Tribe. when he was like taken into slave, he was like, "Whatever you do, don't tip this guy." Oh, really? I didn't know Paul was in the books. I don't know. I kind of gave up on the book a little bit. I was reading. I have like the audiobook of the first one, and I'm like an hour in, but there's nothing that makes me want to continue reading it. Cause it's like they decided to do the whole Chosen arc again, and I'm just like, why? Like we've already done this. Bring your own bucket affair. Mm-hmm. I don't even know where I am. Oh, it's been a while since I put up a poll. Oh, you said canned fruit. Nice. Ooh, okay, here's a good one. I don't know how you would. Okay. Here's a good one. I'm going to say this. Okay, check out this poll. Okay, this is going to be a really fun poll. Okay, there you go. So I felt that Xandra, especially this episode, and this pretty much is like how you kind of feel about Xandra in terms of like she was super annoying, super just did nothing but complain, always felt entitled to things, and she just didn't want to grow up. Like she just really wanted to just stay as a kid, right? And I felt from like episode 1 until like the last probably you know what? From episode 1 until the first episode of season 2 when she died, I always felt that like, Xandra, yeah, you're annoying, you're this, you're that, but at the end of the day, you're still family. Like I still considered Xandra as like that family member because of seeing everything that she's been through, and and she's just a part of the Mallrats to the point where like like I would go to war for her. Like if she was captured by the Chosen or something like that, we are wasting all of our resources to go free Xandra because she is family. Right? That doesn't mean I don't think she's annoying. It's kind of like Taizan too. Taizan is extremely annoying and extremely selfish as a human being. But I love Taizan. Sniper Allen said I had a crush on Jack too, which makes sense why you voted to be a roommate with him. You know what I should have asked? I was like, who would you rather be roommates with? And I should have picked like Zoot, the Guardian, that demon dog guy, or Ram. Oh, here's a good one. Let's see. Book review said, oddly enough, I didn't have a crush on Michael Wesley Smith on the Tribe, but I did crush him on Atlantis High. Yeah, he totally grew into. Well, hold on. Atlantis High was totally a different look for him too. Like he had glasses, he had black hair. Atlantis High was definitely an interesting show. I can see why you had a crush on him. Yeah, Jack totally grew up to be a pretty boy. You know what? You know what, Liz? You said seasons 4 and 5, that's when Jack was appealing. I think that's why Bray left. Bray as a character left because he knew his sex appeal would be challenged by Jack. And Bray couldn't have that. So he just left. Bray knew he can always beat Lex in a sex appeal battle because Lex was like extremely, like Lex is a pretty boy too in terms of like his face, but he was extremely out of shape. Oh, you're talking about his personality. Liz, no one cares about people's personality. This is the Tribe. We care about looks. We care about superficial stuff. Like, why? Okay, if we're talking about personality, though, season 4 and 5, Jack was like, he wasn't the easiest person to get along with. Especially season 3, Jack. And then, even then, he left. Didn't he leave? Yeah, Jack left season 4. He left. And Jack was hyper loyal. Ellie was like, new brain, who's this? And Jack was like, it's cool, I'll wait. Yeah, Jack was a little bit of a That, you can tell though, but that was like his first love. Ellie was definitely his first love. Ooh, you know what would have been really cool? Oh, man. Okay, so... Oh, no. That wouldn't have worked. I'm thinking of, like, Ellie... Or, I'm thinking of, like, Chloe and Jack, but... I actually think that Chloe and Ved relationship was fine. Although, I didn't like seeing it. But... I think from what they had geared towards season 5... I think that relationship would have been fine. Because there would have been a really good dynamic between Chloe feeling conflicted with helping Ved take over the Technos, and then like her trying to be loyal to the Mallrats, and then Ved trying to be loyal to his brother because, obviously he cares about his brother, but then yet he wants to take over the Technos and the rest of the city. That would have been such a good dynamic. And if they would have had Patsy The only person that would have helped or would have convinced Chloe to join back with the Marats would have been Patsy. They did have a really good friendship. They had a really good friendship. All right, that's going to be my next poll question. Why did people only vote? Who voted Bob? Who wants to roommate with Bob? Just imagine sleeping and you just hear this overly loud sound effect going. Arr! Okay, here's a really good one. Cause we find a way. Trudy's in her I don't give a F mood. Or she's about to be. I don't understand how this lags so much. I shouldn't be like 3 minutes ahead of everybody. That was a pretty interesting thing as well. That whole demon dogs and Bray trying to get the equipment. I guess we're going to see a little bit more of that though, but anyway, let's get to this poll. This one's going to be really good. Oh no, I spelled her name wrong. All you need is a lap. That's funny. Look at Bray. Like he just like he just casually just rolls out. That was pretty incredible. I yeah, I don't know how Bray was able to get away with that. Who else? All right, so my question is, here's my poll. My poll is who had the best chemistry in the tribe. I'm trying to think of one more group. Okay, here it is. No. Okay, I can hear Liz in my ear. She's talking about Ebony and Slade. That was the worst. Let me finish writing this, and I'm gonna talk about for 10 straight minutes on why that was so bad. Okay, there's the poll. This is a good one. This is a good one. Okay, I'm way behind on these comments. Damn. Look how many people wanna. A lot of people do like Java though. um, I have tried so hard to understand the appeal of Chloe and Ved, but I can't. Nothing but love for those two who do though. Book review says Ved was a snarky, ignorant, and Chloe was a rebel without a cause. But they both soften for each other in ways they wouldn't soften for others. I think the whole Ved and Chloe thing, I think this was like one of those relationships where it's like they are both so wrong for each other. And eventually they're going to know that. But until they do like each other. There is some sort of a chemistry there. And it's up to them to kind of wait a minute. Wait, wasn't Chloe pregnant with Ved's baby? Do y'all remember this? Chloe was, I think she was pregnant. Oh, pregnancy scare. Okay, never mind. Imagine that. Imagine Chloe as a mom. Yeah. But anyway, back to Liz's statement about Ebony and Slade. First off, don't even get me started on Slade. The actor who plays Slade, I think he's pretty cool. Listening to his Tribe podcast and like, you know, just like things he was doing like before he auditioned to the point where he did audition is actually a pretty cool story. But listen, as I don't even want to debate it. He's a cornball. At the end of the day, he's corny. He walks around in this tight red jacket and it's like 90 degrees outside. He has the weirdest facial hair. He has this weird accent. He is just, I don't know what Ebony saw in him. I think, you know what it was? Ebony has been with Ebony's been with Bray, right? And I think all of us can agree, like, oh, Bray's up there in terms of like, wow, okay, Bray. And then Ebony went to Jay, which is Jay is still up there, like, wow, like that as a relationship, that's pretty good. Then there was Ebony and Slade. Clearly, there was a huge drop off at this point, and I felt like Ebony at this point was so desperate for love. She just like, maybe I'm looking at all the wrong places. Maybe I'm just gonna settle for somebody who necessarily I'm not that into, but at the same time, yeah, I don't see the whole Slade thing. Book review says Slade always looked like he's one loosely away from asking if you could borrow $20. Yeah, for real. Wait, he was asking. He was. Oh my god. So he was a bum first and foremost, right? Because not like he did anything. He was just living under Ruby's place, right? He was just living there rent free. So he's a bum for that. He was a bum for playing with her feelings, playing with Ruby's feelings, because I don't think he's ever been interested in Ruby. Who else was he? Slade was just what a character. That's all I'm gonna say. Honestly, at top 30, I mean, he's a top 15 character. Don't get me wrong, but he's just, I don't know. And then that whole thing with Mega being his brother, like what? That's like saying Tom Hanks is my father. Oop, that's the episode. All right, we're going right on to episode 6. What do you see? No. Aside from that, though, Slade is literally the only guy in Ebony's life that accepts her wholly. That's not true. I accepted her. Every other man she falls for, Zoot Bray J tries to make her change to suit their personal desires. Hello, I'm back and watch. I was watching a church stream, so I probably missed a lot. Oh, hey, Lazar. Yeah, well, you know, Liz, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Ebony was looking for love in all the wrong places. Cowboy Dale was right there. He made a little play at her, and she was just like, I don't know. I don't think Ebony's heart was ready for that. That's too much man for her. Way too much. Way too much man. Ram and Java. Mega was high key hot too. I think it was the glasses. Mega's weird. First off, Mega didn't have any emotions, so I don't know what you're gonna talk to him about and try to get some type of laughter from him or some type of, facial expression. Yeah, Mega was super weird. Imagine, hey Liz, imagine if someone like Mega came up to you in high school, no emotions, nothing, just a blank stare. He's just staring at you, and he just asks you out on a date. And regardless of what your answer is, whether it's no or yes, he'll just stare at you and then he'll walk away. That's what Mega is. He's not a romantic. Accept this challenge. That's pretty funny. Yeah, there's so much happening. Well, it's so interesting. Because now we're on episode 6, right? And once again, there's a huge debate of whether there should be 52 episodes to a season. Because there's just so much going on, and they're taking their time, which is good, to build up these characters and to build up these events. But at the same time, it shouldn't have to be this slow. It definitely shouldn't have to be. And so far, all the episodes haven't been boring. They've been exciting, learning new characters, learning their ticks. But at the same time, it's like all it's doing is just setting things up at this point in time. And you go to any other TV show, things would have been set up by now. Because at this point in the show, you kind of don't know what's next for these characters. Like, okay, the world is kind of over, so now what? I guess we just survive, and we go our day to day, just trying to survive and whatnot. It's kind of weird. Let's see, Ram and Java's love arc was such a sad story. She finally had him all to her, and then boom, life was so unfair for Ebony's sister. Java was a hater. I like Java too. I think obviously this is like such an opinion. Everyone's opinion is going to be different. But Java is definitely like, in my opinion, like a top 3. Probably like one of the prettiest women on the show. But I don't understand why Java was such a hater. Like, she just did nothing but hate on people. She didn't want anyone to do well for themselves unless she was the cause of that. Like, she doesn't want you to succeed unless you acknowledge that she helped you succeed. This is really narcissistic. And I'm in love with that. No, I'm joking. But think about it. I think like I always thought Ebony was the best looking woman on the show, and then it revealed she has sisters. I'm like, wait, what? Then I like, these are her actual sisters? Is there just like no ugly people in this family? They're all just drop dead beautiful. I think Ebony looks like, the way she looks, she can honestly play like a Cleopatra. Liz just said in my ear that the Cassie sisters have a great bone structure, which is like a very awkward compliment to give a woman. I can only imagine, because I met my girlfriend on set at work, and I can only imagine me walking up to her and saying, "Hey, I know you don't know me, but I really love your bone structure. If we can meet up and kind of talk about it." She would have put pepper spray to my face so fast. Well, you know what? Liz? It's funny you say that, because she does makeup. She does makeup for a living. And maybe that's why I noticed her, because all the makeup she puts on, it does bring out like different features of her. which is beautiful. Look at Dale. Am I the only one that thinks like Dale can't skate? Why was he skating like that? Dale skates like every child who just put on a pair of skates for the first time. Dale skates like that one kid at the rolling rink that won't get on the main floor, and he'll just stick by the stands and the concession stands. I think. The way Dale died was kind of stupid, but let's not get into that. That was weird. Book Reviews said, I think Java loved him the most. I would agree with that. But when she tried to warn him over and over again about Ebony, and he didn't listen, that made her bitter. At the end, she was only the one there for Ram. Yeah, he should have listened to Ebony. Ebony gets what she wants at the end of the day. Zoot and Bray meeting up. Oh wait, that's Lex. I don't know why this is so off synced. No, whatever. Ryan, such an interesting character. I wonder if Ryan actually likes Lex as a friend. Sometimes you're just with somebody just because, they're just there. And I'm pretty sure he only stayed around Lex because Zandra was there. And then when Zandra was gone, at that point in time, he had Celine. Oh yeah, that's so true, Liz. Java did want it, Jay. I don't understand what this love of Jay is. It can't be for his personality. I refuse to believe that. Yeah, Jay. Man, okay, so I remember when I first started watching season 4, I was reading the comments on YouTube and they were just like, because why else would Jay be there, right? I mean, from how his character exists, it makes a little sense that, he's like a lieutenant with the Chosen and this and that and this and that. But the show definitely knew with Bray gone, they needed somebody else with sex appeal. Someone else that can rival Lex. And Jay was that guy. He was totally that guy. I mean, I'm sorry, but Ram wasn't going to be like the sex appeal interest for the younger generation. See, the more I think about this top 30s characters, I really gotta name like almost everybody and place them. I don't know what Chloe was thinking about having that cow there. I mean, can you even... Alright, this is me being an idiot. Maybe I don't know much about cows than what I should, but can you even milk that cow? Can you only milk like female cows? I just keep thinking of the movie Parent Trap with Ben Stiller and Robert De Niro. When he said, "Oh, I milked my cat." He's like, "You can milk cats?" He's like, "Yes, you can milk anything with nipples." Yeah, book review says, weren't they both Power Rangers? Yeah, they were. Dwayne Cameron was in Power Rangers. Well, here's the thing. Actually, quite a few people were on Power Rangers. So, if I can remember correctly, I remember Beth Allen and James Cameron were in Power Rangers. Power Rangers Overdrive. Yep. They were both in Power Rangers Overdrive. James Cameron was like an Orange Ranger-esque type of thing. And then Beth Allen was kind of like his love interest a little bit. The actor who plays Jay, he was the Red Ranger in Power Rangers Dino Thunder? Dino, whatever it is called. That one was a good one. Antonia was she wasn't a Power Ranger, but she was like one of the like allies for the Power Rangers and Power Rangers Mystic Force. There you go, Dino Force, that's what it's called. Yeah, that's actually another thing too. I'm like super into Power Rangers. It's so good. I know this seems like stupid and whatnot, but there's actually some pretty good storylines going on in Power Rangers. Tribe World. Liz, you're missing out. There's some really good Power Rangers. Okay, let me first off, I know this is a tribe show, but let me just tell you the storyline for Power Rangers Time Force. It's so good. So obviously this is like probably like 100 years into the future, and there's this villain guy, you know, causing shit up, and then the Rangers, you know, the Rangers are trying to stop this guy, but they were not really like Rangers at that current time, or maybe they were. Yeah, they were Rangers, right? So the evil guy, before all this, the Pink Ranger and the Red Ranger got engaged. He proposed to her, and now they're gonna get married. Now during the battle, the monster killed the Red Ranger. Like, he killed him. And at that time, I was like, "Oh my god, what?" And then the monster escaped in some type of time machine, and he went back to the past. And then the Rangers followed suit, especially the pink one, because she's like, "I'm not letting that guy leave alive. Like, there's no way he's living after this." So now you have this interesting dynamic where the Pink Ranger is the leader of the outfit, which has never been done before. and she goes back in the past and she sees her husband or some guy who looks like exactly like her husband. So now she feels conflicted. But this guy is probably like an ancestor or something because his blood ties in with the Red Ranger. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, Lazarus said Power Rangers also had Aussie actors too. No, what was your question, Liz? This is so weird because you are in my ear. My headphones doing? Oh, my headphones are good. It should be fine. Um, yeah. So Liz asked, with the Power Rangers, were they like all American actors or like Australian actors? It's a bit of both. Even now that I remember, even the actor who plays Ari in the tribe is a Blue Ranger for Power Rangers RPM. So it's literally mix and mix. I think the Yellow Ranger too was also in some Disney Channel shows. I'm not. I think she actually is Australian. So it honestly just depends on what they're trying to, what look they're kind of going for. If it's going to be like American-based actors to like Australian to New Zealand-based actors. Because this newer Power Ranger TV show, I forgot which one it's called. There's so many, but these actors are definitely American. Book review says it's interesting that whether you had cable or network TV, everyone was able to introduce these actors, all with American accents, of course. Yeah, I didn't realize. I think I was like 20, 25 episodes in to the Tribe season 1, and I did not realize any of these actors were like, I thought they were all American. I didn't know they were all from like a different country until I watched the behind the scenes in that featurette, season 1 featurette, which is like amazing to watch. And then you see them doing like their little camera interviews, and they're like totally have accents, and I'm like, what in the world? I swear, when I figured that out, I showed it to my girlfriend because she's been all over the world. I'm like, where is this from? Like, what type of accents are these? Okay, let's get a new poll going. Because this episode is about over. All right, got 2 more episodes left. Now we got episode 7. So Liz asked a good question. Which room would you live in if you lived in the mall? I was thinking about asking that, but I was honestly thinking like, why wouldn't you want to just be where the beds are? Right? Or technically I would be anywhere where there is an exit close by, because anything can go down. Okay. What is a good poll to put for episode 7? Liza said, what did you think of the 2 videos? What Aussie theme songs from 90s to 2000s you listened to? Oh, I like the, actually, I have it up. Oh, no, I guess not anymore. I had to close my browser. I have an episode up for, what was it called? It's about 2 kids, and it's about something like them playing some type of video game. I like that theme song because it's just different. It's like starts off pretty cool and chill, and then it just goes into like this kind of like grudge rock, which is very odd for a kids TV show. Ab Messiah or something different. Okay, how about I will probably type this as a poll. Ooh, I know. I know. Okay, here's a really good question. Oh, this is going to be a tough one to answer. Yeah. Okay, this is going to be so good. This poll. Who else? Okay. All right, post it. Oh yeah, this should bring up some good conversations. I know a lot of people are thinking like Siva doesn't really have much of a say, but I mean like you really think about what she's meant to Lex. Like think about what she meant to Lex and how Lex was such a Lex is not a bad guy. Well, you know, he's had bad influences, but he's always kind of needed that special someone to kind of help him in his life. And Siva is definitely that. Here's the thing with Zoot, though. I think if Zoot wouldn't have died, so yeah, I think Zoot. If you were to save Zoot's life from him not going over that rooftop, I think Zoot would have still died later within this season from like whatever happened. I think Zoot was gonna die regardless, and things are gonna be so put into motion with that. Zandra, I think Zandra would change the entire thing too, especially with the whole Taizan thing going on. Maybe Siva wouldn't be much of a character because I'm sure she probably never would have talked to Lex. Um, and then having a new baby on board with the Mallrats. Yeah, Zandra would have just changed everything. Siva, I know Liz was just saying that she doesn't really dictate much since she came such later on and died in season 5. But you have to think about just what Siva, the influence she has, right? Like, imagine if she wouldn't have died. Imagine that voice of reason she would have been for Ebony. Maybe Ebony wouldn't have pushed Ruby into the bus. Maybe Siva would have what am I trying to say? I think cuz we come on, you look at look at Ebony and how she was at the end of season 5. She was kind of a mess. And a lot of that had to do with Siva dying. Same thing with Lex. And as far as Glenn, I think Glenn, you know what would have been really good? I think Glenn probably would have been like this anti villain. Like maybe ever so often he'll help the Mallrats, but most of the time he hates Lex. He's Lex's enemy. All because he never had the opportunity to tell Zandra how he felt. And because of that, no matter what, he's always out to destroy Lex. He's like a really good B-list villain for Lex and for the Mallrats. I think that would have been really cool. Yeah, and some of you said I know Liz voted for Zandra. Somebody said Siva. Personally, I'm gonna go with Glenn just because I want to see him become this really cool villain. I think that would have been fine. I think Liz was saying, like, what if they actually did get together? I think that would have been fine. I think, well, you know what? We don't know much about Glenn. We don't know how he is in relationships. We don't know if he's like, if he has empathy, if he has compassion or whatever. So just seeing all that for the first time would just be interesting to see in itself. I don't know why Trudy is so zoned in on Bray right now. Like, this man doesn't really do much for you. Yeah, Liz just said, well, Bray, took care of Trudy during the apocalypse. He's supposed to do that. That's like that old Chris Rock bit. Like, people want credit for something they're supposed to do. Like, yeah, I take care of my kids. Like, okay. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't. Look at Jack. I see you, Jack. Look at that little light that's on his, like, glasses thing. That looks so cool. I can only imagine what it would have. This would have been like for the actors to film like this. I wonder how many hours on set there. Well, couldn't have been no more than 12. Well, no more than 10, I'm sure. When you have minors involved, you can't play around with trying to work over 10 hours. So I often think about, and I'm thinking of this now that I'm seeing like Jack and Ryan have a conversation. I often think about the different characters that didn't really spend too much time together. I would have loved to see them in like more adventures with each other and like discover each other out a little bit. Like for example, I think like Jack and Trudy, if they would go on an adventure together, I think that would have been really interesting to see. Maybe someone like a Zandra and Dale, a Bray and Patsy. Although obviously they have a lot of really cool scenes together, but I just want to see more of that. I think Lex and Patsy, or no, Lex and Chloe would have been pretty cool too to see that dynamic. I'm just thinking like, oh, we're not even like close to. Like what? We're like 6 episodes away, I think, from like Taizan being a part of the tribe. Wait, so this came completely out of left field for me. Maybe I'm wrong, but I did not understand that whole thing with Trudy and Dale. I didn't understand. I didn't see the whole connection they had. Maybe that's just me. That didn't feel organic to me at all. Did you ever see The New Tomorrow? The New Tomorrow? I think I've seen a trailer for that. That's a bit. Yeah. Think about. Man, sometimes I just hate thinking about season 4. I know that's random, but I think the worst thing that happened to this entire series was the virtual reality. That was when everything went straight out the window. Oh my god. Liz says, why wouldn't Dale fall for Trudy? She's a beautiful girl who ended up in his care. Florence Nightingale syndrome. No, I guess that is a Florence Nightingale syndrome. But at the same time, Dale's a cowboy and he doesn't have time for someone like Trudy. Okay? He needs to start going for the big fish in the sea, like Ebony. Or Java. Yeah, Java is like so much. Like, think about it. Okay. It will take somebody with a huge ego to handle someone like Java. Right? Because I feel like no matter what relationship she's in with, she's wearing the pants in that relationship. So someone like Ram was kind of like almost like a good balance for her, but I don't know. I feel like Dale would have would have tamed her like some type of wild beast. I don't know what analogy I'm making. This is weird, but I don't know. I think the whole Java and Dale thing would have been interesting to see if Dale was still alive. So for anyone who's read the books, does Patsy ever come back? And does Ebony end up with Bray? Depending on these answers, will determine if I'm going to read the rest of this. Like the rest of it. Oh, Liz, so you read the whole books? You read all 3 of them? Find it hard. Book review says I find it hard to find Trudy desirable. She's needy, clingy, and invisible, sweetie. Yeah. Yeah, Trudy was nothing, no type of relationship material. Like, not at all. Not until she got to, like, season 5. When it was season 5 Trudy, she kind of had her stuff together. She wasn't the quote-unquote Trudy the Moody. Liz is trying to... She's upset about my Trudy remarks. Trudy was not ready for any type of relationship, though. From seasons 1 to 4, she was not ready. Season 5 Trudy was such an evolution for her that she was ready for love. She thought she found that in Jay, but apparently Jay just wanted to sleep with her so he can sleep with Amber. And I kind of thought there was something was going to happen between Trudy and Mega, which would have been a little weird, but let's see. Oh, Celine. Look at Paul. Paul's still in the background. Oh, Lex just pushed Zandra over like that. Goodness gracious. This is weird. Hey, Liz, tell me what timestamp you are on the episode. Book review says Ebony gets with a psycho Navy dude in the book. Wait, what? Ebony gets with a psycho Navy dude in the book? Wait, so she doesn't get back with Bray? Wait, book reviews. Does Ebony not have any type of... Well, I'll tell you what. Does Ebony get... Does Ebony have any type of tension, any type of thing with Bray? I need to know. I just want more Ebony and Bray moments. Do characters come back in the book? Like Ellis and Casey, do they come back? He's definitely desperately holding out hope for Ebony and Bray. Like, why wouldn't they get together? I don't understand it. And in Meryl Cassie's interview she had with the tribe official, she even said if there's like one relationship that I felt like Ebony should have explored more, it's with Bray. She said it herself, which means she felt that connection on set. She sees him, but ship has sailed. How has it sailed? Ebony has lost her damn mind. I can't believe it. I can't believe there's no more Ebony and Bray. What is going on? Okay, new poll. Here's this. And I want everyone to answer, even you, Liz. Okay, here we go. I'm really interested. Wait, Liz, you have to promise me. You have to answer. You promise me you will answer. You have to at least pick one of the options. Okay, here it is. I'm about to post it. Ugh, I can't spell to save my life. Okay, here we go. This is a very hard list to choose from, a very difficult poll, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna start episode 8. Liz is complaining how none of these the answers on the poll are not the same, and they're actually very different. All right, I'm gonna start episode 8. But let me explain this poll. I understand maybe looking at it, you're kind of like, what? I don't understand. Let me explain. Bray and Ebony. We have never seen two characters with such tension, such attraction for each other. It's almost kind of like the light side and dark side, you know? And once they kind of infuse with each other, you kind of create a universe. That's kind of what that is. Now, the second option says Ebony and Bray. This is different because do you want Ebony to wear the pants in a relationship? This would be like season 3 Ebony when she kicked Bray out, but secretly she wanted Bray. She just wishes Amber wouldn't have gotten pregnant, which is very weird. I don't know how Amber got pregnant in the span of 1 week. Or, you know, like, from, like, a few days pregnant to, like, now she's, like, 6 months pregnant. It's very weird. And then Bray in season 5, Ebony, that would have been amazing. That's going to get my vote. Book review says, "Oh my god, so many worthy couples are listed on this poll. So hard to choose from." I know it's hard, but I feel like you'll make the right decision, book reviews. Liz says, "Where is the middle finger emoji?" Well, Liz, you might be able to find it once you click on the poll answer. All right, episode 8. Episode 8 is like... Episode 8 is so much... Well, first off, this is where Zoot dies. So everything they kind of built up to this point is about to get a huge climax and like, like a huge slap to the face. And initially, when I first watched this, when I saw that Zoot died, immediately I started thinking like, oh no, this is horrible, because it's kind of like a position of power, right? Once people find or hear word that Zoot is no longer in charge, you're about to see like 50 other gangs in the city try to fight each other out to prove who's the biggest and baddest tribe, which could be all horrible for the city, right? Because if you think about it, the locals, yeah, sure, they're bad for the city. They patrol, it's dangerous to go out, whatever. But in a sense, the streets were empty. Nobody was on the streets, and you knew when you should go outside and when you should stay inside. So in a sense, the locals kind of kept the streets safe. Rather as all these other tribes, if they were to take over, you honestly just wouldn't know, because I don't think they probably just weren't as strong enough as the locals, to the point where a new tribe is in dominance, and then literally a week later, now another new tribe has complete control. Just huge inconsistency. Okay, I have a new poll. Here's a really, really, really good one. I remember someone asked this question on the Facebook official page, and it was kind of like a weird... People didn't know how to answer it, really. Okay, there's the new poll. Best couple of the tribe. Would you look at that? Bray and Ebony one. Book reviews said, "I truly believe that Zoot had lived, the Technos would have been taken over." Listen, the Technos should have been taken over anyway. And I say this as Liz says in my ear to go sit on an eggplant. The Technos should have been taken over anyway, because at most there's probably like 30 people in that tribe. I don't understand how the city in itself couldn't overrun them. Like, they dominate them on the odds. Like, they outnumber them like what, 1-5, right? Or maybe even like no, it has to be way over more than 1-5, like 1-7, 1-8. That's how much they outnumber them by. And it made no sense why the city would band together and fight this new enemy. The reason why everyone was enslaved by the Chosen, and why the Chosen was able to regain power, was because people didn't want to fight. People were too scared to fight. You'd think they would have learned that when the Technos came, but no. Let's revert back to what we were in season 3. Makes no sense. Oh, makes no sense. Hey Liz, I have a question for you. So when you watched The Tribe, did you ever have like a buddy that you watched it with, like a kind of like a like, oh, The Tribe is on, me and so are watching this? Because I never had that, not with The Tribe. I wish watching this with like with a group of people is fun. Oh, I would say though the best comment by far tonight, this whole watch party, was the whole. No wonder Trudy is crying out loud during birth. She's giving birth to a 4 month-year-old baby. That's pretty good. Oh, that's cool. This marathon's almost over. My uncles and I did watch The Tribe and parties every weekend. Oh, nice. Tribal survival kit. What's in that? A tribal survival kit. Wait, why would you need a tribal survival kit? Especially when nobody else on the show had one. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it, Liz. You don't need that. It's going to slow you down. That's funny. That's super funny. This whole thing with Zoot is just like, I just didn't understand it. Like, how can he feel? How can he think this way? He called Bray old. He's like, bro, you're so old. Like, how older is Bray than Zoot? Like a few months. I don't get it. So when I initially watched The Tribe, so like this season 1, obviously I watched season 1 first. I didn't watch season 2, and we didn't see the flashback episodes. I initially thought Zoot was the older brother. That's what I thought personally. I think Zoot would have whooped Alexa's ass. I don't understand how Zoot could have fell off right here. Yeah, this show has no problem. This show has no problem with showing characters falling to death. Okay, here it comes. Here it comes. Let's see what really happened. Oh my god. Zoo, you weren't even going full speed. That's like one of my biggest fears. Like if I just die, like my body's all like out of position and it looks weird. Obviously, I'm not gonna care what I look like when I die because I'll just be dead. But you see, like his leg is like all bent back.
Let's see. No one I knew personally watched The Tribe when it was still new. I watched it all the way through with my son, though. Teach the next generation stuff.
Why is that every time I talk about the show, no one's heard of it, but then yet it has like a huge following?
Why do we keep getting close-ups on the rats? Why do we get close up on the rats?
Well, those aren't rats. Those are mouses, I think. Are they rats? I think rats are different. I know it's a motif, Liz, but that doesn't mean they're rats. That doesn't mean they're rats at all. I mean, no, but think about it. Imagine you go into the mall for the first time and you see this tribe, and they're like, well, "Who are you guys?" You're like, "Oh, we're the mall rats." You're like, "The mall rats," and you just see them. They have like a pig with them and a dog. Just like, what a weird name. I love how these I love how these kids are just casually just eating and drinking, knowing that there was like a dead body over there. And yeah, Liz, I remember mall rats as a term being used for people who just stay at the mall all the time. Ooh, that's a good point. Okay, Liz just said the city's full of dead bodies. So whatever happened to the bodies? Right? I'm sure not every kid was like, "Oh, we need to bury all of our parents and all of our adults." I'm sure like they're just there, just rotting in public. Oh, that makes sense. Liz was saying maybe that's why the virus had a resurgence because all the dead bodies were just out and about, which makes sense. That's how certain plagues got started back in many years ago. Yeah, I definitely got to get some more special guests for these watch parties. I'm gonna get in contact with Mara Cassie and see if she wants to do it. That would be so cool. Just imagine Mara Cassie on a watch party episode. and for like 3 hours straight, we're just talking about why Bray and Ebony should have been a thing. I can't believe Ebony's with a sailor dude. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not finishing that book. Well, let me just say I do like Murakami as an actress. I know she's done some work on Lost Girl. Um hmm. All right. They're about to give Zoot like a proper warrior's burial. Book review says, I guess why they left them. Most, I imagine they would be in the hospitals since people got sick before they died. Maybe. Wait, so there's gotta be humans left in the world. There has to be. There's always that one person who's like a doomsday prepper, and then they would just freaking shelter themselves. It's a long marathon. I wonder if I reach out to the actress who played Chloe if she would be interested in doing a watch party or just like a little interview. That would be really cool. I still can't believe they brought May back in season 4 after Chloe left, and I was like the only reason to bring her back. Oh. I wonder if Zandra would have made a good mother. It's weird. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Look, Chloe's putting it together. Like they were brothers. Look, it's Bob. I'm still surprised they still haven't worked up any type of government in this in any of the seasons. Well, maybe not season 1, but like season 2, 3, 4, or excuse me, 3, 4, and 5. All right. Headphones are giving out. It's totally cool because there's not much left of the episode. What a weird outfits they decided to wear for his funeral. I understand that they needed to like hide in plain sight or whatever, but it's an interesting choice. Alright, maybe I can make one last poll before this episode ends. Okay. Now, what was Ebony doing? It was funny how she wasn't really that big of a character in season 1, or at least, for like the first 10, 12 episodes. Uh, give Zoot a final send off. Oh, just look at that Zoot. Or just how he acted. You could tell he just did not feel like. Well, seeing him in school in season 2, you can tell he just did not want to read. Power and chaos. Alright, well, I think that's the episode for me. Just chatting. Alright. What a marathon. Which video is this? Yeah, I agree. That beach shot is a little. It's pretty awesome. Well, all right. Well, that was the full. That was the watch party. We did 8 episodes. 8 whole episodes. So yeah, y'all let me know if you want to continue this watch party or just keep watching the tribe, and then we can do like Ocean Girl or any other type of TV show y'all want to recommend. You know, it could be a show that we watch or show that maybe you want me to watch for the first time. So please let me know. Also, if you wanna hear more tribe related stuff, talk more videos. I do have quite a few tribe videos on my channel. And then I'm also look up on Spotify, podcast app, anything where podcasts can be found. I'm a part of a podcast called Conversations on Eagle Mountain. Me and my friend Liz were on that podcast. And, you know, those days when we record, she talks too much about hating on Bob and Bob this, Bob that, you know, how useless he is. And I'm the only one who has the guts to stand up to her. So, you know, that's just what I go through. That's my battle. Because I love Bob so much. But yeah, that was the full watch party. I'm definitely gonna do another one, just depending on if it's gonna continue with the tribe or do a different show. And this time I will try to promote it a lot earlier, so the tribe official page can, like, you know, really pass things along. Because I made a post about it like on Tuesday, and then even till now, Saturday night, it still hasn't been on Facebook. So, but yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna get on out of here. I'm gonna get some food, and I'm gonna watch some WNBA. Let's see. Book reviews said, "Good night, y'all. Let me know when you're doing another one." We'll do book reviews. I'll see y'all later. Liz, you have a good night as well. And for the rest of you Starfighters, I